Hi, welcome back to Gardening Tips and Tricks from the Ray Center in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire. This is the first video for the 2022 series, and my name is Kelly Cannon. I am a longtime gardener, farmer, and certified herbalist. And throughout this year's growing season, I would like to give all kinds of tips and tricks for how to keep up with your garden, what plants to use, for health benefits and things you can forage and ways to interact with your family and neighbors and community at large. So it's a nice cool day here in Zone 4, and this is a great day to work on doing some garden inventory. So let's get started and see what we have going on here. Coming up to the garden, I like to kind of scan around and see if there are any glaring urgencies of what to get started with. And I don't see any right now, but last week when I came up, I noticed that this outer path where we laid a thin strip of cardboard was really starting to be overtaken by green there. So I laid down some new cardboard and put wood chips on that stretch right there. So that was a pretty big thing. Paths are important to maintain. Now coming into the garden and just kind of scanning and seeing what I see. This is really nice to see this grass starting to come back. Is that gonna face? This is a little blue stem, and you can see that it's starting to green up in there, and that just has happened in the last week. And then I see some dandelions coming in. We'll do another video about dandelions later, but that's something that take note of. Don't want that hanging out in the garden. Over here, yeah, look at all the strawberry flowers. That's so exciting. They look healthy and happy. More dandelions. Thyme is coming along good here, and the bee balm, awesome. I just transplanted those violets and making sure that they don't get too hot last week. That's why that table's there. All right, what I really wanted to talk about today is when we get over to this section over here. This is not meant to be there. This is all Artemisia, which is a super cool medicinal plant that has lots of values. Artemisia is its genus, off of the root word of Artemis, and it has silver on the underside, and it's kind of like a little bit shiny on there, and green and fingered on top. And this stuff is taking over. So now this time of year is a great time to work on eradicating this and seeing how much root you can get up. If you let it go to seed or let it take hold, it will really take hold. The other thing that we want to be mindful of is the grass. And right now, before the grass really establishes strong roots, I like to, bug in the eye, I like to grab it way down at the base. And you can have a tool there, but it's nice to get a good clump of roots out. Of course, you want to leave as much soil behind as you can. And here we just have woods back there, so just let it compost, like our planter pot compost pile from last year. So grass, once it starts really photosynthesizing and growing, it will really anchor in there and become the bane. So if nothing else, go around in your garden beds, work on getting out the Artemisia and work on getting out the grasses. And again, like getting down nice and low in there. I have my hand resting against the soil to give leverage. I'm just gonna, that one kind of broke off. Not super satisfying, but you'll get a lot more satisfying grass pulls now than you will in another month. Carrying on with our inventory. This is really fun to see when you plant perennials for the first time. And that's actually not that plant. And your tags are maybe sitting there in the winter. And last week you come by and there's nothing growing, and then you come back this week and here are This is Joe Pye weed. And we have another one here that's coming along, and another one over here. Here in damp areas, this is another plant that can be a bane to gardeners, but also has really cool medicinal properties. And this is horsetail. And it has a very fibrous, stretchy root that didn't come off very well in trying to pick it off. Equisetum species, incredibly nutritious and beneficial. They're really nice to dry or heavily wilt and then infuse in oil and use as a cuticle cure, especially for our dried out gardening hands. Chives starting to flower here, pretty beautiful. Going along, got some more mugwort coming in. Things are looking good over there. The paths and borders look good. The catnip and lemon balm are coming on. The Korean licorice mint coming. Things are looking pretty good. The phlox is starting to bloom. Isn't that lovely? With the dandelion right in the middle of that. I'll probably just pick off the seed heads of that dandelion and let it be. And stay tuned for a video on the benefits of dandelions next week.